Tilted so crazy. It's out of control.
Are you ready?
To that music. That's it.
You know you're a Detroit lovemaker.
We can't start the show until Carl's done with his donuts, so we're just going to wait patiently. We're going to wait patiently. Carl, you'll give us a thumbs up.
You guys, while we're waiting, why is it when another man kills a man in the heat of battle, he's considered a hero? But if he kills a man in the heat of passion, it's considered murder?
What's going on? What's going on? It's Friday. We can't start the show until Carl's ready. Carl! Are we ready? Oh, wait. He's still chewing, guys. Hold on. We got to wait.
Let's do it, baby.
All right.
Do
Justin, let's get some good donut eating music in the background.
We need donut music.
donut music.
What's donut music? That's
There we
donut
go.
music. Go.
That was pure
All right.
bagel, baby. Pure bagel.
All right. Carl, give him the intro, baby.
What up, YouTube? It's your boys, Detroit Love, P-Dubs Arcade Loft, Michael B. the Game Genie, and Console Kits with another episode of the Super Game Room Dudes, baby. Let's get it started.
Oh, wait, hold on. Who knew that Nostalgia plays guitar? That was pretty cool, man.
Yeah.
Nostalgia's a man of many talents. He's a man of mystery.
That'll wake you up.
Were you
That-
eating a donut, Detroit Love?
Huh? No, a donut.
No.
Where'd you see that at?
You were eating a donut
That was a bagel.
with a bagel?
Or a muffin.
It looked like a Krispy Kreme donut to me, man. I used to see those in my past life. So, all right. What's going on, guys? It's Friday. It's an impromptu Super Game Room Dudes arcade and gaming podcast show. As always, I'm P-Dubs with Detroit Love, Michael B. the Game Genie. Nostalgia's off tonight. Got some family stuff going on. Our big season premiere is going to be next week. Make sure you come back for that. But in the meantime, we got another guy eating how many donuts we got on this show? We got another guy eating a donut. Ladies and gentlemen, say hi to friend of the channel, Justin Console Kits. Congratulations, Justin, on hitting 9,000
Right.
subscribers on YouTube. Always nice to see people hitting milestones.
So awesome that I was able to convince that many people to press that red button.
If you're here in the live chat, let us know, because I want to see who's here. We got Donuts, we got Sonic Fun, we got Conti, Rodsky, Nooner, Frank D, GG, Scarpad, everyone's here. Mark Whitman, one of our favorites. Shoeshine is here. Adam Kolb, Mitchell B, Goofy. Spoilers for Obi-Wan in the chat, please.
Yeah, I hope no one saw that about Maverick and how he died playing it and beat his volleyball game.
Yeah. Now, last night, I watched the first 2 episodes of Obi-Wan. So at midnight on the East Coast, it was 9 p.m. here in Arizona. It went live on the Disney Channel, right? Or the Disney Plus, whatever you want to call it. So sure enough, I saw the post at like 9:03. People were on Facebook saying, guys, it's live. Go watch. So my wife, my son, and I, we stayed up late. We watched the first 2 episodes. We're not going to get into the spoilers or anything. All I can say is, me personally, I really love them. Justin, you watch both. You're just as big of a Star Wars geek as I am. Did you enjoy them? Did you think they're worth it?
I think they're very, very good. Yep. I'm excited about episode 3. It pulled me in. in.
Now, what's interesting about this series is, unlike some of the other Disney Plus series, which are longer seasons, where you have a lot of backstory, you got to fill up a lot of TV time for. This is only a 6-episode thing, man. So it's like episode 1 was just, here's the backstory, here's the character buildup, here's who we're focused on, here's the setup. Episode 1 was the slow episode. It's not going to be 4 episodes of slow episodes like crap like Moonlight, Moon Knight and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like one episode of backstory, and boom, episode 2, in my opinion, was mostly action. I really enjoyed it, and it's probably going to be action for the next three episodes, and then the resolution in episode 6. I'm excited that it's only 6 episodes. I actually think that's perfect. I don't need 14 episodes.
Wasn't Moon Knight only like 8 episodes?
You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, but it sucked. Moon Knight sucked.
You suck. Everything you stand for sucks.
Michael, is this going to be worth me checking out at all, Michael? Is this?
Yeah.
Am I going to? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
You said it's on Disney Plus?
Disney Plus. A lot of big things dropped today. Like, it was crazy. Like, for all of us guys that live and die off the binging, what content are you binging recently? I mean, Stranger Things 4 dropped today as well. That's eaten up all my time. So I haven't had a chance to watch Obi-Wan yet because, I'm not a massive nerd. I watch Stranger Things instead.
Well, I got Obi-Wan out of the way. Gonna go see Maverick, I think Sunday afternoon. Tomorrow's Saturday. Phoenix Fan Fusion is live here in Phoenix. You guys like going to Comic-Cons, pop culture conventions? It's the biggest Comic-Con pop culture convention that Arizona does every year. So I'll be downtown Phoenix tomorrow for Phoenix Fan Fusion. So I'm looking forward to checking that out. And then Maverick, and then of course I got to catch up on Stranger Things, which I'm probably not even going to watch till next week, but I'll get there.
Oh, so good, so good. Is Maverick on a like Paramount Plus or something like that, or is it in theaters? I thought someone said it's only in theaters.
Yeah,
I haven't.
Recently, it's about 45 days till it comes to a streaming service on a lot of the content, like the new Doctor Strange movie. It was in theaters just a few weeks ago, but it'll be on Disney Plus in July.
Yep.
Now,
Meatball, I did watch Star Trek's new show on Paramount Plus. Not Paramount Plus. I think they had the first couple episodes on Amazon Prime. I watched the first 2 episodes of Strange New Worlds. Excuse me. I enjoyed it. My wife, remember, she's a huge Star Trek fan. She likes Star Trek in the way that I like Star Wars. And what's funny is I really liked Star Trek New Worlds. My wife didn't. She hated the new Spock, the guy playing Spock. She just thought he wasn't right. I think she just has a big crush on Zachary Quinto myself.
Yeah.
And she didn't like the guy playing Captain Pike. And I was like, it's been so many years. You can't have the same actors come back. But you know what I mean? It's kind of funny. I liked it. She didn't. Is that funny? And she's a huge Trekkie. She didn't like New Worlds. So, but I liked it. I liked it.
Yeah,
man, a lot of good stuff out there, man.
Actors are important. Getting the right role. I will say, going back to Obi-Wan, one of the things that really drew me in is they're introducing new characters, right? And when they introduce this main character, which I won't say, you see over episode 1 and 2. This character or this actor is very good. Very, very good. They're actually, a lot of the acting in Obi-Wan is very good. You're like totally convinced. You're pulled in. Anyway, it's important.
Yep. And also this weekend, we got the first real teaser trailer for Willow. They released a Willow announcement several months ago, but really it was just some behind the scenes, meet the actors who are going to be in the show. But then they actually showed the trailer. And if you guys didn't watch the Willow trailer, wow, that looked awesome. But can I tell you what I was hoping for at the end? I was like, you know what? At the last second, Val Kilmer's got to show up like Mad Mardigan, old ass Mad Mardigan, like the very last shot of the trailer. And it didn't happen, right? Like I was disappointed I didn't see that in the trailer. Justin, is Val Kilmer going to be in this show at all? Is Mad Mardigan going to be on the new Willow show?
He's going to say, out of the way, Peck!
I loved Willow. I wish they made a whole series of those movies.
There was a scene that I saw in the trailer where just for half a second you can see Willow hug his wife.
Oh, yeah.
It's the original actors. And it's like, oh, man, that's cool.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, the arcade Willow is fun. Also, the NES version of Willow is fun as well. So if you ever get a chance, check it out.
Is it? Are you being sarcastic? Is it not fun?
100% serious. Willow is actually a good NES game.
Okay.
No way.
Yep.
Actually, I think, is that right?
Ronsky says we should just pretend Mad Mardigan died in battle. Mike Hawk says, "Is this a lost episode?" It might be a lost episode.
Well,
That's
we
pretty-
talked about that at the beginning. We were like, what are we going to say? Because it's not the grand beginning.
Yeah.
You know what's really happened? P-Dub said, we're going to blow your mind. Super Game Room dude's coming back with this crazy new build and everything. And he's got nothing. So we just keep doing episodes.
That's
He's
not
just-
true.
That
He's
should
the
just
man
be
behind the curtain.
That's not true though.
It should be
pre-
the skit. It's
the
just
season
every
premiere is ready to be launched. We're just waiting for all 4 hosts to be available. I wasn't available. Detroit Love wasn't available. Nostalgia's not available tonight.
I'm very confused by Nostalgia not being available. I mean, like the dude told us 4 weeks ago he had a funeral. Usually that happens 2 to 3 days after someone leaves this plane of existence, not 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Are you saying you knew beforehand who was gonna die?
Oh
It
my
is
god.
Ontario. You never know.
Do they
can
do
shut
things
down.
differently in Canada? What are you guys talking
No,
about?
we don't. Usually, after 2 days, they're like, well, we kind of got to get that person in the ground.
Yeah. All right. So guys, when you're not
horrible.
watching, so I took a survey on my channel and I asked viewers on YouTube, I said, hey guys, how much YouTube do you watch? Do you watch YouTube more than you watch television, like YouTube shows more than television shows? And I'm going to pull up the survey results, and this kind of blew my mind a little bit, and I want to get everyone's opinions on this. Here we go. I'm going to pull it up here. Let's go to community. Here I'm logged in as the Super Game Room dudes right now. Let's go ahead and share our screen. Share screen. Let's pull this up. And
Boom.
I said, do you watch
You're,
YouTube?
P-Dubs, you're sharing the wrong screen. And all I see are like financials.
There are no financials. Stop it. I said, do you watch YouTube more than you watch television? 2 days ago, this poll got 927 votes on my channel. And look at this, 77% of 927 people said that they watch YouTube
Of course they did.
more than they watch
Yeah,
television.
Those are the
You-
same
you-
people that would do a survey.
Yes, you're doing the poll on YouTube. It's already
I know.
skewed data
Well,
points.
So what's funny is Paul Minterman, who always likes to he likes to give us really like deep comments like, hey guys, why don't you think about it from this point of view? He goes, well, P-Dubs, you took the survey on YouTube. It doesn't count. I'm like, okay, next time I'm going to throw this in the Sunday paper and see what
right.
people say. I'm going to go on neutral ground. I'm going to go on like the Sunday Funny section and post this instead of on YouTube. Or I can't post this survey on television because then television viewers would be biased. But still, but let's be honest, guys. How much YouTube content do you guys consume? Is it really that much YouTube content? Because I think I'm one of those people where I consume way more content on YouTube the last 2 years than I have television content and streaming service. There's a lot of shows I'm behind on because I'm so busy watching console kits. Michael be the Game Genie. I'm watching all
That's
these
what
shows.
happens when you're
you know
trying
what I
to
mean?
copy people, right? Mike probably is like 24/7 on his YouTube.
And don't forget the reruns of Detroit Love.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's all we got here, baby. Reruns.
Why aren't you doing more videos? Like it's summertime again. I think you maybe got 2 videos done over the winter.
Yeah, it's complex.
I want Carl videos about Amber Heard and Johnny Depp.
Oh my goodness.
We
More
need
TikTok.
24/7 coverage.
More TikTok videos.
I'm so done with that. Oh my goodness.
Is
I
that thing
can't
like
wait.
over? Is it over now? They did
Yep.
their final arguments. Thank God.
They did their
'cause-
closing arguments, and we could hear
God.
something as soon as Tuesday.
Yeah, let's get that done
So-
and move on with our lives, people.
Yeah.
So was the closing argument from Johnny Depp's lawyers like clearly there's something wrong with her? Like just let Johnny go free and kind of get his life on. He suffered enough.
Yeah,
Basically.
yeah. But I gotta say, man, that his attorney though, Camille, she just absolutely
Oh, yeah.
destroyed Amber Heard the last week. She, if they do win the trial, she won it for them in the last, with her cross examinations and her finals in her closing arguments.
She's the winner, actually. She's the
Yeah.
winner.
She's
Like,
she's going to be a
she's gonna-
celebrity.
she's a celebrity. Like anyone who needs to hire a lawyer that has a lot of money is going to hire her, and
Yep.
she could probably create her own firm at this point, right? Like,
Yeah. Yeah,
just that celebrity, just that word of mouth. Her name is basically a household name right now.
yeah.
That chick Camille that no one else knows the rest of her name, just Camille. Household name.
No, it's Camille Vasquez, right? Everyone knows her last name because the one side is it Vasquez or is it Vasquez?
Yeah. So I've got to ask the question, was this sabotage right from the beginning? I mean, look at even the way Amber Heard dressed. She dressed like Dr. Evil. Like, who thought she was going to win or gain sympathy dressing like Dr. Evil? Like, I don't get it.
But she was wearing the gray button-up coat with the high collar. Oh, that was so funny, guys. The day that she wore that on the while she was testifying, it wasn't like she wore that.
Oh my God, no.
She wore that while sitting in court. It was a day you're going to be testifying. You're going to be in front of the world. So, you got to dress a certain way to get people to appeal to you. And she wore a Dr. Evil jacket. That was hilarious. Michael B texted me. He goes, "Why is she dressed like Dr. Evil?" And I was laughing. So hard.
But like, honestly, like I could just see it now. Like I didn't hear anything sensible. It was just like Amber Heard said, "I'm suing Johnny Depp for $1 million."
So
and then what happened, Miss Heard? He pushed me down the stairs with the freaking laser beams.
The lasers.
Look at this. I guess you could say her case really boop the bed. Rim shot.
Yeah.
Very nice. All right. What's going on in the world of video games? I'm sure a lot of people are tuning in because they want to talk video games. They don't want to talk trials, although pop culture movies and stuff I think is fair game.
I think tonight should be a fun one. Let's not do anything else that people are tired of or get into another conversation that's negative. Let's talk about monitors.
I agree. But before we do, Tyler Vandermort, give me the lowdown. Detroit Love, huge donation, $10. Would you play Golden Tee with Johnny Depp's female lawyer? Bringing the heat tonight, gentlemen. Keep it clean, Carl. Keep it clean.
I was going to just say the balls will be rolling, baby. That's it.
That's a little. All I can say is, we're in this. We're what we do is public, right? What we do is public, and if I did have to, if someone came after me on this public forum, and if I had to go after someone for defamation or libel, because guys, we could, if we don't watch what we say, you could say the wrong thing, and that can happen, right? Something us YouTubers need to always remember. But what's funny is if that happened, yeah, she's I'm probably gonna call her, be like, "Hey, can you represent me? I'm this guy named P-Dubs. I need to sue somebody." See what she says. She'll probably laugh and hang up on me. You ain't got that Johnny Depp money, baby.
That's right.
Yeah.
That would be funny. All right, Bronski wants a Pong pub table update, Mike. So you bought a Pong pub table.
I saw that.
Tell everyone about it, Mike. Go ahead.
I'm just so very, very happy with the Pong pub table. I'm very happy that I got it for 60% of its retail price. I'm very happy with it in my arcade. The only downside of it was I was picking up the giant side panels out of the box, trying to, squeeze them out of the box. It was the first thing I took out. I ended up dropping them on my toes, and I broke 2 of my toes trying to get the side panels out of the box. Other than that, the build was super easy. The thing is absolutely beautiful, and I've just been having a blast just playing Pong and Super Breakout and shit like that on the table. Another downside is I bought it to replace my Pong pub table in my arcade already. Never once did I consider, that it would be extremely bigger than the pub table I already have. So I'm going to have to rework the space because it's not going to go exactly where I planned. And B, this thing is really, really heavy and not as easy to move as my other pub table. So it won't be as flexible for space as I used to be. But otherwise, I'm very happy with my purchase. And I advise anybody, like RC Wiley had a sale there a little while ago, $250 for a Pong pub table. Go get yourself a Pong pub table. Live.
Mike, did you send us a picture of your pub table in your room? I thought you did. I can't find it.
Yeah, I thought I did too. I'm not 100% sure. Let's see if I got it on my phone. I can send it to you.
This thing actually, it looked a lot bigger than I thought it was going to be.
It is a lot bigger. Like, it's giant.
Anyone, console kits, what do you think of that Pong pub table? I'm trying to find this.
I think it's the dumbest purchase that Mike has ever made. It takes he just said how much he loved it and then described how much he hated it. It broke 2 of his toes. It takes up too much room. And notice he never described anything positive about it, except for that he purchased it and got a deal. He didn't say I was playing the game and it was amazing.
I did.
He didn't even name how many games were in it.
I'm sorry. I don't base the value of arcades by the number of games that come on them, as we already know. I did say I've been playing Pong Super Breakout. I'm actually having a blast playing both. I haven't even got the chance to bring my wife down or my kid down to play with it yet. I'm still having fun. I mainly bought this because I wanted to replace my pub table, and I thought me and my kid would have a blast playing it because Pong is, a lot like air hockey and stuff like that. So I think she'd enjoy it. It's simple control. So I did say I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Well, I mean, is the real reason your wife hasn't seen it yet is because your wife hasn't seen it yet?
Oh, she was so mad.
She doesn't know
was
about this.
She doesn't know.
No,
And you
she
took
does
Scarlett
know.
with you so that you can have someone to protect you when you brought it home.
No, she does know, and I will tell you. I told her as I was bringing her home from a week's stay in hospital that I also had to go to the Brick and pick up the Pong pub table. So it was not the best timing to explain to her that I had spent money I wasn't supposed to spend, or it just wasn't a good idea.
Find the picture, Mike. I want to show people how massive this thing is.
No, I don't have a picture on me right now. I sent it in the group chat, and it's like buried under like 40,000
nostalgia memes that he sends.
Oh
us
my
all day
god,
long.
nostalgia writing you all day, going, "I'm so smart. I'm the smartest. Everything I know is smart. You're all out of touch. I'm nostalgia."
Okay. Well, hold on. We got to talk about this. Let's get this off of the stream. Oh, wait. Hold on. Console Kits, we'll pull that up in 1 minute. Sorry, I almost clicked on that and showed that too early. First thing I want to talk about, guys, is this. So, what is going on?
What are you doing?
What is
Close
going on?
that. There's
going
embargo
on?
information in there. Please close it immediately. Please
what
close
is
it
this?
immediately. There's information in there that has not been released to the public.
What?
If people look closely, please, P-Dubs, I'm not joking. Please, that was for private information. I need you to close that right now.
I want to know, what is this?
You're going to have to take this video down, right?
There's
No, seriously, P-Dubs, take it down. That's his workstation.
Yeah, it's where I work. There's hardware there that is not released to the public yet.
No,
I think it's blurred enough.
No,
yes, you're
not.
right. You're right. I don't work for a publicly traded company that's... Seriously.
There's nothing in there. I don't see anything. Are you being serious?
There is equipment in there.
I don't see anything.
Anyways,
My
I
bad.
will say I saw Virtual Boy, which is a very good product, Justin. Did you ever have to do a ribbon upgrade on it? A lot of times those fail.
I did not. I have two of them, though, and one of them is broken, and I was bought parts to repair it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those things, like we all know, you own more projects than you can complete.
And I noticed you had the deluxe set box there, too. Is it the original one that actually doesn't say anything on the front because they're trying to sell it as like a construction kit, or is it the one that actually says deluxe entertainment set or whatever? There's two different boxes for the original deluxe set.
I think it says deluxe on it.
Okay.
All right, what do we got going on here? What is this?
There are some special deals going on right now, and if you go to my here's the deal. If you go to my website consolekits.com, there I want to let me show that real quick. It's kind of interesting. So, let's see, deals consolekits.com. You will find right here like products for HSN. Now, what I did, this may sound like I'm trying to sell you on something, but literally I make no money off of doing this. If you click on this, it'll take you to the site. Now, I did add in code in here that makes it a shareable code. It's one of those things where you get 50 and I get 50, except for there's no way I can get 50 because I've done this like 100 times and there's just like no way I can use this
You're
coupon.
capped out. You're capped out.
Yeah, the benefit is for you. And so if you've never used HSN before, by you going into this link, it will take you down the funnel of you're going to get a $50 reward if you create an email address and account that have never purchased from HSN. So there's your $50 off. This Partycade is the Super Pac-Man and the Ms. Pac-Man. Now, I recommend the Super Pac. I'll tell you why. It's already got 3 buttons on it, right? So you can get, and this is what I picked up today, for I think it was $106 out the door was my total cost. I did use one of those coupons, but I have many of them. And those coupons for saving money, you have to purchase something $100 or more. It's not like a free $50. They're not stackable, but this is like the perfect scenario where you can get $50 off. Okay, then I went to DIY Retro Arcade, and I purchased this Pandora's box, which came out today. I've been talking to Shane about this, and I was like, let me know when this comes out. I didn't ask him for a review unit because I know times are tough right now. I paid $179 for it. I'll do a video on it before later if people are interested, but he has a video in here linked showing you how to do the install, but you know how it goes. It's a 45-minute, very detailed video. I'll try to do a showcase of, everything you could expect from it. But I'm going to jump to the end right here, and he shows how it works horizontal mode, this Pandora box, horizontal mode or vertical. This is the vertical. Looks like it's got a pretty decent UI. And you see how it has these 4 buttons in there? That's why I recommend that you get the Super Pack, because it already has the 3 buttons. If you do the Ms. Pac-Man, it only has the 1 button, so you're going to have to add a whole bunch of more buttons. But the Pandora's Box kit that he has comes with everything that you need to be able to do the upgrade, including upgraded buttons and sticks. There you go. I think it's a pretty good little mod project there.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that looks fun. If I collected Partycades, I probably would want to do this mod myself.
Yeah.
Mike, are you ever going to get on the Partycade bandwagon? What about you, Carl?
I have not saw the need for it. It's one of those things, I guess, until you see it. I don't have any walls down in my man cave, so that's out. I have a very little counter space down here, and it seems too tall to be a countercade. I would rather get a countercade, or so that leaves a door, so I don't have any real places to put it on the door. So I just hadn't thought of it from that standpoint. But it looks like with that kit, or even a Raspberry Pi, it looks like it's a pretty good fit for anybody that wants to be able to have an arcade without taking up much space, for sure.
That's right. I like it out. It's got a 17-inch screen in it, so it's the same screen that's in the
standard
scales. Yeah,
right. So it's much bigger screen than you would have in the Countercade, obviously.
Right. It's not perfect. It's a little uncomfortable to play. It's not horrible by any means, but a lot of people come over and play the Partycades. I hang them on a wall. Right now, I have them like literally on a bar top, like in my basement where I have like a little bar area. I don't even have it with the feet. I just kind of like have it up against the wall. It's like not even attached. The Defender is what I have right there, and then I have the NBA Jam Countercade next to it, and the bar top height is like perfect. Like it's welcoming. You can walk right up to it, start playing.
Like in that video they just had with the woman was sitting at the chair, she would have to raise that chair for it to be a little more comfortable for certain.
Yeah, I can play. I'll play Sinistar on my Partycade maybe for about 45 minutes. Just fine, I do that every other week or so.
Sinistar without the proper joystick.
Yeah, it doesn't have the 49-way gate, but it's playable. I can't beat the game, but I can get to the second level. You know what I mean? I can defeat the Sinistar boss.
Okay.
It takes a lot of tries to do it, but yeah.
Yeah, that's one of the games I really loved in arcade. But none of the emulation has been fun for me, just because to not be able to have the proper joystick. And I usually don't care too much about the proper joystick. I'll fudge through it, but that and Zexon, those 2 games, I just cannot play with the emulation at all. But I got to have them I have to have them on the arcade just for the sound effects alone,
Yeah. One thing, I think I'll probably do a video on it later. I've always wanted to do it, but I have the Sega Genesis port of a lot of those William games, and those are really good. And they're actually ported by Digital Eclipse, the same company that does the Arcade1Up emulation for a lot of the Williams. They've been in business since the 90s. And they ported it to the Sega Genesis, and the Sinistar is really good for the Sega Genesis because they adapted it for an 8-way, whatever, a pad, like the controller. And so it can actually turn pretty quickly, even though you don't have a 49-way gate. They adapted it, and it's very fun.
I can say regarding the Partycade, I got a buddy that I've known since 4th grade, and he started seeing my arcades on my Facebook. And he's like, "Oh man, I'd love to have that." And we started talking, and in the end, he ended up with the Defender Partycade. And he said he loves that thing cost wise, because once you started getting into, oh, you can buy this and then mod it and do all that stuff, he was like, I can't even think about that. So he picked up the Defender Partycade, and man, he loves it. It just takes him back to the days when we went to the arcades and slept quarters up there on the Defender. So again, it's these arcade cabinets is about finding the one that works for you. If you're not going to be like us and have a room full of them, finding that one that really works for you, that has the games with the controls close enough for you to enjoy it, is just priceless, man. And we take it for granted, but there's so many people out here that still haven't discovered these things, have no idea that these things exist. And I just hope that more people can find the game that they like. It's probably gonna be Pac-Man, but find the one that they really can bring into their home and fit it somewhere so that they can relive these memories, because it's just incredible that we can even be here.
Right. Peter, did you see that?
Yeah, so the Defender Partycade, in my opinion, just from what I've seen in our community, seems to be the most popular and well received out of all the Arcade1Up Partycades. And Goofyfoot said, "Hey, is that thing are they gonna re-release it?" Well, they don't need to re-release it. It's in stock right now, guys. If you go to QVC's website, you can select the Defender Partycade. It is available. You can add it to your cart and purchase it. So if you're looking for the Defender Partycade, it is available on QVC today. But then again, guys, it's $250. What do you think about that price, Mike? Are these good prices for these Partycades? What do you think, man?
I don't know. Like, they go on sale pretty often. Like, we had a flash sale on TSC here in Canada, the shopping channel, or the Shopper's Choice, it's called in Canada today, until 5, where the Partycades were on for $199 Canadian, which is the best price yet. So you could have picked up either the Street Fighter 2 Partycade, which I was considering for a little while after I traded my Street Fighter 2 Capcom Legacy cabinet. And I was thinking of that for a replacement for that. And also Miss Pac-Man was up as well for $199. So, I mean, $200, I think that's a pretty good value for the size of the screen and what these things do. I just haven't found the right fit right now for a Partycade. Like I mentioned, I was going to get the Capcom one, but then I took a closer look at the games list, and a lot of the games I wanted, like 1944 and Final Fight, weren't on there. Yeah, I noticed that too.
What the heck?
Yeah.
You can charge your phone.
Yeah. So the other thing that really sucks is Defender never came out here in Canada, the Partycade. If there was one Partycade I would consider getting because of its uniqueness, button layout, games list, it's the Defender Partycade. It's just we never had an option to buy it.
I will admit it is the most attractive out of these three right here. Like when you look at this shot.
These are nice. This generation is a light up marquee.
Yeah,
look at this.
It's got the headphone jack. It's got the USB. So the games that are 2-player, you can actually plug in like a controller. I haven't tried it. I kind of don't want to try it. I know that sounds weird. I want to try to defeat Sinistar the way it is. But supposedly you can put an Xbox controller into the Defender Partycade and actually get that analog stick to take advantage of the 49-way emulation.
Yeah, but if I did that, how would I charge my phone?
We've had a couple of guys talk. I think everyone wants to talk about the new Arcade1Up store that opened up in Miami, Florida. And I think this is a good segue to welcome the Toy Room back to the Home Arcade YouTube space, guys. Make sure you check out the Toy Room on YouTube. It's pretty easy to find. Just type in the Toy Room. He's got about he's almost at 14,000 subscribers. Let's help this guy get over 14,000 subscribers here, guys. He's got he went and did a tour of the facility. And Justin, what can you tell us about this guy? Because you actually talked to him. I've never talked to this guy before. He seems like a really nice guy, and he went and he took a look at the store. And what did he say about it? Like, tell us what you know, man.
Yeah, I did reach out to him, welcome him back to making content. Because when I very first started in 2018, he was already on the scene. It was basically like Retro Ralph, Cool Toy, and the Toy Room, Detroit Love. They were like OG YouTubers, right? That were covering the content. And I think he was fighting for first and did really well. Like he had videos. If you watch his tour, that's his style. He's very good with the camera, the quality, whatever, and his speech. And it's a lot better than what I'm doing right now.
What are those about? Look right here. What we got right
Yeah,
here?
I was talking to him about this since he kind of left the scene a little bit, like wasn't covering Arcade1Up. He wasn't aware that his video had like leaks in it. And I was like messaging him. I'm like, dude, first of all, I was like, you want to come on a show sometime? He's like, yeah. So hopefully we'll see more of him. And yeah, so I counted there's 4 Easter eggs in his video.
Yeah, what do we got here? We got a Joust countercade. We got a Tempest countercade with the spinner and all that. What were the other ones?
If you look in the thumbnail I used, you also want to look specifically at the side vantage points of both those countercades too, because it's more than just a shitty countercade. It's actually, they've even gone with unique designs for the countercades that more accurately replicate the original arcades as well. So this is a jump not just in fact of new titles, but also in countercade design.
Yeah, it doesn't have the fin. If you look real closely at the yellow trim on Joust, it's different. But I don't know if it's a light up marquee or maybe
Tempest sure looks like it is.
Yeah, it is. The other Easter egg is right there, the Street Fighter.
Well, I'll go on record to say that's not an Easter egg.
Why is that? You own
because
one?
that's not new.
You could buy them in retail?
No, you can never buy one. That one is not a retail model.
Okay.
That is one they put together. Yeah, because that does not have a light up marquee.
It does have the fin design, so it's not the new version, right?
Yeah, I think
it has the fin design. It's not the new.
It doesn't have a light up marquee from what I can tell. And also on top of that, I think that's just what they skinned the Steve Aoki Street Fighter 2 to be.
Yeah.
What was the other Easter egg in here?
It's a crazy one. Someone mentioned it to me. It's not that great, but it's somewhere in there is a Turtles cabinet. This is kind of controversial, I think.
A Ninja Turtles cabinet?
No, I'm sorry. The Simpsons. I'm sorry, I said it wrong. So there's a Simpsons cabinet in there, and it's got a 3-inch trackball on it.
Oh, really?
So if you were to go there, you might be like, whoa, this is great, a 3-inch trackball.
But it's not really a 3-inch trackball.
No. So I think some of these are from, they're just from The Office they have there.
Oh, that one right there?
Yeah.
Oh, he didn't point the camera at it. Or does he point it at it later? I don't think he does.
I think there's another view.
No, the rest of the video is that. Yeah, maybe it was a demo unit or a prototype unit.
Yeah.
And that's the point I was trying to make about the Street Fighter Countercade. I don't think that there's any necessary plans to. Well, I mean, it would make sense for them to release one, but maybe that might not be the model that would eventually come out to public.
There, I think you were on it actually. There it is.
That's the normal trackball.
Yeah, I think maybe you're right. Looking at this video, I think that is normal.
That's the normal one. That's not
unless the picture that I saw looked more like 3-inch. I wonder if there's multiple.
Justin, do you know what 3 inches is?
I think P-Dubs does.
Hey! That was just a running.
So can you? Is there any way you can go back to that Simpsons cabinet for a second?
No, because I'm obsessed with this Joust Partycade. I think this looks really cool in my opinion.
I agree. No, if you go back to the Simpsons party, look, there it is.
Hold on. Patience. There we go.
Right. Yeah, look at that. And you see the trackball there.
Oh, wait. Yeah, this one right here. This one right here has got a 3-inch trackball in it. That's the Golden Tee trackball. So there must be more than one Simpsons cabinet. But yeah, maybe this was an early prototype.
The button layout on that looks different too. I don't know if they can show it, but the buttons, look, pause.
Right here.
Oh, no, maybe not. Oh, my God.
Why is he looking at the wall? We don't care about the wall, Toy Room. God, get off the wall.
I think the buttons, if it goes, son of a.
And then he walks away. Everything we want to know, he walks away. Oh, we're just messing with him.
But anyways, it looks like the buttons might actually be in a better layout there as well, because Homer's buttons are just atrocious. But if they're under the trackball, that might be more comfortable to actually play as Homer. I can't get a good look at it. And he's not.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, come on.
Buttons are in the same place.
Yeah. Hey, Homer.
Next time we gotta text this guy. Hey, can you do us a favor and just
go slower?
No,
there it is.
There we go. I got it. All right. What do you guys?
Does that look 3-inch?
No, that's that. Yeah, that. I'm sorry. Yes, this is the golden T trackball is sitting inside of this thing, the 3-inch trackball. That's not the
This is the CNET.
Yeah, this
when
isn't the,
CNET did their
yeah, this is on prototype. But then again, this is probably what they should have put in there instead of the smaller trackball, right? So
I still think they shouldn't have put a trackball at all. So the buttons would have been
the buttons are still those buttons are still kind of weird, but either way, big shout out to the Toy Room. Welcome back to the YouTube home arcade space. Make sure you guys check out his channel, subscribe, and watch his full tour video. And don't copyright claim us for hyping you up.
Yeah,
Greatly
and he's got
appreciate
more
it.
content coming because while he was there with Arcade1Up, he got some exclusive news that he's going to be sharing with the community soon. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna burn Michael B's butthole.
I feel like there's too many people in the space now. I'm really feeling crowded, but it's too competitive now.
What's funny is in that video, he says, I stopped making content because all these other YouTubers were racing for first. And it was like really competitive, right? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry.
I'm
about that.
sorry. It's just such a stupid comment. YouTube's been around for so many times. It's not like AVGN was out karate kicking people, being like, whoa, got here first. Don't make video game content. I'll kill you.
But here's the thing. When it comes to content like that, it's the person that's not
Oh, yeah.
first that needs to change their thought.
Yeah.
Like I've done that a lot. Like I'm not first on a ton of content. And sometimes I'll say I'm not first and I won't release the video until weeks later. Let that person I don't know. That's probably doesn't even matter. You can just make the content, because it's different demographics anyway. But I feel like even if that video did die down, the interest can wave back up.
Yeah.
Just always make the content.
There's room for everybody. Everybody make what you want to make. People will watch it. People need to be less gatekeepery, less jealous or protective, whatever. Everybody just have fun and talk about games and watch what you want to watch, enjoy what you want to enjoy.
And for clarity, that was a pop-up store that's just there for a temporary time.
No. That's a retail store.
That's a restore. Oh, awesome.
Well, it's weird, right? Because you got to go in and there's QR codes to order. So you still order online. So it's this weird hybrid store where they're like trying to get you to buy the cabinets, but you just go online to their store. To order them.
It's like they're the store like in the 40-Year-Old Virgin, the eBay store.
Oh, right.
Like
I just
we
want
don't
to buy
sell
these.
we don't sell Arcade1Up cabinets here.
So it's like a Tesla. It's like a Tesla dealership in Michigan. You can't talk prices. You can't buy it. You just look at it.
When they were coming up with this idea for this store, I couldn't help but keep making comparisons to the Saber store from The Office, because so many people are so critical of Arcade1Up about like buttons not being good, problems with the products, and I'm like thinking of that analogy where they were like, Robert California says, this store was always doomed to fail. Our products are cheap and they're meant to fall apart. You can't just bring the carnival into town and leave it there. And I love Arcade1Up. It's funny to me, right? But I would go nuts. Something like this, like I remember going to the Nintendo store in New York City, and I was like, this is going to be the coolest thing in the world. Can't wait to see all their products. And my wife was like, you look disappointed. And I was like, I thought this would be like a giant museum of history and they'd have all this stuff. I have more stuff in my basement than the Nintendo store has by about 100 times. So it wasn't that exciting. But seeing that Arcade1Up store, especially with the prototype stuff that no one else has saw, that was really cool. That's something that if I was in the Florida area, being a huge Arcade1Up fan, I'd want to stop by and just check it out just for the experience, maybe to buy some merch. And my God, while we're there, really quickly, can someone talk to Arcade1Up? The fans are like, hey, Arcade1Up, we'd love to have merch. And then Arcade1Up is like, we hear you. So instead of just giving you merch that says Arcade1Up on a t-shirt, we're going to come up with all this weird shit with dragon blood and then drop kicks. So just make a shirt that says Arcade1Up.
That's it.
That says Arcade1Up.
We're
That's
all
you gotta
waiting
do.
for this simple art. Do they even know that?
What is wrong with these people?
That we're like, we don't want the collaboration, just the plain logo. Give me a hoodie that just says Arcade1Up right there. I'll buy that.
It's the most bizarre thing in the world. They released new merch today. They're like upside down Arcade1Up for Stranger Things. You don't do anything with Stranger Things. Why would I buy an Arcade1Up X Stranger Things product?
That is the weirdest thing in the world. Do they not understand that simple thing? They think that they could move that merch because if you like Stranger Things, then they got the hook. Or maybe people are going to search for it. There's nobody that's a super fan of Stranger Things or any other brand that they try to like collaborate with that's going to find Arcade1Up and go, oh, I'll buy it now that you're connecting with. No, like, work with if you want to do something special, work with Midway, and there's like a big, Rampage logo or something like that. Work with Namco and have like a Pac-Man, right?
Look how stupid this looks. Like, why would I buy that?
Dumb.
But you know what? Kudos, because that's the closest they've come to releasing a shirt with just their goddamn normal logo on it. Yeah.
And it doesn't really make any sense. Imagine you're wearing that shirt and you go to like some gaming convention. Everyone's going to come up to you and be like, why is the arcade upside down?
And I would say because the company's idiots. There's idiots working there. They can't make a shirt with just their goddamn logo on it.
Well,
And is it even a partnership with Netflix?
No,
it's not.
No,
It's
just like,
partnership
you know what's
there.
cool? You know what's trendy? Stranger Things. We
So
can't
let's-
say Stranger Things because we'll get sued, but we'll
Yep.
do this. There's an upside down arcade.
The Canadian is pissed per Zero Hero.
So dumb.
The Arcade1Up down. Upside down.
Like T-shirt gate.
Yeah. Did you notice
Justin,
that?
we've got a 2-part video coming out tomorrow.
Did you notice that T-shirt with the upside down arcade? Did you notice, Mike, that I don't want to add to your frustrations, but it did have a T on monitor.
Son of
a.
Where's Fox? Where he's supposed to be
I don't
here
know.
by now.
Fox said he was coming. B Kong said he was coming. Glenn's Retro Show is here, guys. They can't make a shirt. Looks like they can put proper controls and screen orientation. There you go.
And here's the funniest thing. It was Glenn's shirt first, and they just stole it.
Damn, Mike. Wow. Mr. Arcade1Up is on fire tonight.
I say we, P-Dubs pull up Fox's video and we full on copyright infringe all of his content. This is what he gets for being late to the show.
Yeah.
Oh, which video?
His new one that came out today.
Monitor upgrade?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Did he give the guy a shout out who came up with this?
Yes.
Yeah.
Awesome. That guy figured this out. He deserves all the kudos. So let's pull this up here. Speak of the man. Oh, wait. It's Cog. Hey, what's up, B?
Sorry, wrong dude.
No, we're happy. We're happy you're here. So,
Yeah, man.
What up, B?
I love mashups. You guys don't like mashups?
See, this is the problem. This is exactly the problem because John D's talking to people and he talks to Justin and he's like, hey, what do you think of the shirt idea? And Justin's like, it's a terrible idea. And he's like, I'm really second guessing myself. And B's like, I love mashups. It's great. Take me out to dinner again.
The screen's okay, it's playable. I love mashups. Just trying to
All right.
influence wherever I can.
It's wearable. That's the new one.
It's wearable.
console kids, why don't
It
we,
sucks, but it was wearable.
Justin, why don't you walk people through what 19K Fox is doing right here?
Yeah, so here's the quick thing about this monitor upgrade. So first of all, I just want to say Sean Watson because can't remember
Sean.
his YouTube channel. So Sean came up with this idea. Here's the idea: this Dell monitor that 19K Fox bought has a BOE monitor in it. It's a BOE panel, okay, with a Dell shell. So what Dell does is they buy panels from different companies, including BOE. The point is it's an IPS screen, and it has exactly the same wires, the same resolution, it's the same size. So if you take that Dell monitor and completely disassemble it carefully, because there's wires, but you have to disassemble the whole thing, and you take apart this is a 19-inch screen, and you take the Golden Tee and also take apart the monitor from the Arcade1Up. Now, what's cool is you do not need to take apart the Arcade1Up. There's just a couple little control panel. You remove that, and you remove the outer plexiglass. You can gain access to that monitor. You de-shell everything, and you can transplant the IPS screen from that Dell machine, which is going for about $50. Sean's messaging me now. He says, hey, Justin, if you do the monitor swap and decide to... Wait, he's actually just messaging me, not about the show.
Oh.
Okay. What a coincidence. So the point is you need that case from Arcade1Up so you can mount the PCB from Arcade1Up back onto it. But the difference between the IPS and the Golden Tee is
look at that.
striking.
Look at that. That's the way it should have looked when we spent, $700 on these cabinets. This is the way it should have looked. So this video is definitely for those who haven't purchased the cabinet yet. I ordered one of these monitors. What's funny is I kept teasing Fox all week. I'm like, my monitor's arriving in 2 hours because him and I were kind of racing to get the video out first. I think Fox was up until 4 o'clock in the morning working on this video because he wanted to get the video out before me. Right. But he did a really good job. And it just looks great, man. This is the way it should have looked out of the box. Look at that. Oh, beautiful.
It's beautiful. So we're all going to make content about it because it doesn't matter and there's room for everybody.
Yeah, there is.
And so the Real Smile Bit is the original channel that came up with this solution. That video is very detailed. You might say it's like, and we're all doing like peer review studies on it, right? To show this is my experience with it. I'm going to give you my sexy shots. And there you go. But I feel as though the community is really going to appreciate 19K Fox video because while the Real Smile Bit is a really good video, he goes into detail about why it works. And he goes, the history, he even breaks down and says, all you fool, there's never any commentary. There's never a comment. That's where we're going to come in. The Smile Bit, the Real Smile Bit is only facts. But I'll give you one right now. He's basically saying, shut up all you fools out there saying that the Arcade monitor is exactly the same as the Arcade1Up. Because he compares all of them, and they're all different, And the Arcade1Up is the worst. Like, objectively worse, right? He shows the specs, and the specs on the viewing angle and the brightness are the weakest on the Arcade1Up Golden Tee.
So I thought for a second I saw B put his hand in front of his face. I thought he was trying to hide there from telling everybody it wasn't that bad.
It's playable. It's playable. The screen is too beautiful. I can't see my eyes. It's so good.
I'm really sad. I will tell you. I'm glad that there's an option out there, but I'm really sad that I thought at one point I was like, oh, well, maybe it's just a programming issue. Maybe they didn't optimize it, but I think it was Floyd Warren on the Arcade1Up Global fan page. He actually took his iArcade monitor out of his iArcade and put it in his Golden Tee. And just the stark difference from the base iArcade monitor compared to the monitor that's in the Golden Tee already was night and day. I mean, this is beautiful. Like it's really sad that it wasn't just a minor mistake with programming. It literally is just a shitty screen. Like it sucks.
Right. So even the comments of no one complained about the Gen 1 monitor. I wonder if this is actually worse than the Gen 1 monitor. Like, if I haven't done that work of what was the exact spec of the Gen 1, what was the viewing angle numbers? Are these worse viewing angles?
I think it was a combination of things. I mean, it's like when you have a worse resolution screen and it's bigger, it looks worse because it's bigger. The colors on Golden Tee just really highlight how bad it is. Yes. The angles, it's like a perfect storm to showcase how bad it could be to really bring light to it. So otherwise, for most part, people were just like, yeah, that was it.
Now, dudes, if you have an Arcade1Up Golden Tee XL cabinet, if you're looking for what monitor, take a screenshot. I got the model number here in the bottom corner. It's a Dell. Just go on eBay or search your local OfferUp marketplaces. Look for a Dell P1917S like Sam 19-inch monitor. All you have to do is decase the back of it and do the monitor swaps. Everything's plug and play. It'll work just fine with the inverter board. So yeah, this is a true drop-in replacement. I myself picked up one off of eBay, and if you're gonna pick up one, guys, you want to do it quick. Like the one that I picked up ended up costing me $37. And guys, they're already jumping in price because people are starting to buy these up like crazy. So make sure you guys, if you're interested in doing this, you grab it while you can. Get it for like $20, maybe $40 before people start charging ridiculous prices. Like, why is everyone looking for this monitor? You guys remember when the LVDS HDMI converter boards were dirt cheap? and now the price went up after all the Arcade1Up mods started happening.
Right. And then they relabeled them to it's compatible with this Arcade1Up model and this Arcade1Up model.
Yeah, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see something similar like that happen. So if you guys are interested in it.
It may not be that model only. That is just the one that they found that has. So a lot of them have the LVDS connection that'll work with the Arcade1Up, but the other monitors don't have the same power, right? It doesn't power the bulbs the same way. So you have to use an inverter board to convert it. But this one, the 1917S, is good. I just so happen to have I think it's the 1914 or 1913S as well. I bought it a while back. I was planning on doing a mod, but I was going to de-shell that and see if that's another one that has the right power. It'd be cool if the community could kind of be like, a lot of people already have these 19-inch monitors.
Yeah, Sean loves really sharing about that information. When he was on the GeekWorm thing, he was keeping tabs on which monitors work with it and really diving into this. So I'm sure at some point, collectively, we can source if there's other 19-inch monitors at work. I have a ton of 19-inch ELO touchscreens that I picked up for super cheap that I might try out to see if it works. Touchscreen won't do anything, but the monitor might work. So yeah, we could probably crowdsource a few more. And so for what Deb was saying, about $50 shipped is the average right now. So that's where you should look for. About 50 shipped is what I've seen this for. If it's over to that, maybe it'll come back down. Check Facebook, OfferUp, Marketplace. Those are good places too.
Some people were saying like, oh, these monitors are like 20 years old. Well, the one that I looked at was made in 2018. So it's like some of these monitors are actually not that old. I don't know about you, but the one that I ordered 3 recently. I got 2 17 inches. Sean has another video that he shows. Here's the 17-inch monitors that also are drop-in replacements for Arcade1Up Gen 1 models. And they all came in really good shape. So I didn't, the screens, I haven't, like the condition of the unit looked good.
Yeah, and those monitors was definitely more stockier than the wider things that Dell makes now. So I have tons of those 19 inches at work. We've been switching over to the wider ones because we just have so much content to view now. But yeah, those monitors are plenty.
You're gonna steal them then at work and
but I've not upgraded any of my cabinets, the monitors on. So it's not something I really been pressed about. But definitely with that Golden Tee, that would, if I had the newer Golden Tee, I would definitely look for one of those monitors because it just makes sense. I would love to have that bowling in the house, but to date, no bowling.
Okay, Mike.
So a lot of people have been doing a 20-inch monitor upgrade with their Arcade1Up cabinets for years. Like I know Medheads Gaming does them on like all of his cabinets. Is this the same screen they were already using?
That's a Dell 2007 FPB, so slightly different model. Those went up in price a ton too, because those are one of the biggest ones. It's the largest monitor that would fit in the bezel of the standard Gen 1 style cabs. But yeah, but people have done 19-inch or 20 inches, but they're different specs.
What's cool is though on those Dell models, the 2007, do they are they fully deshelling it? I thought they were like doing
No, they're just using DVI port out into either a Pi or a PC, and so at that point you're pretty much modding it. You're not using the stock stuff. I don't really think anybody was using those with the stock PCBs for mods. It's all ETA Prime's fault.
I have one of those as well, and I wanted to deshell it and see if that could plug in native, because I know there's a handful of cabs that you're not going to want to mod, but I'm sorry, not want to put a Pi in.
It does work with the GeekWorm though. So when the GeekWorm came out to be able to do HDMI out from the PCB and then converting that to DVI into the 20-inch, that was now the way to use your stock PCB with those 20-inch screens. So I've definitely tested a GeekWorm with the 20-inch mod. So that's a possibility too.
So I guess the question now, if we're going to keep talking about screens, is has anybody got any information on the new 5x4 screens coming out for the 17-inch 5x4 screens coming out for the legacy cabinets? Do we know how good they are, quality? Can we expect a similar product that we're seeing in the 19 inches?
I think you made a video on it, didn't you?
How would I know? I don't work for Arcade1Up.
No. I'm asking if anybody's got any more information. That's what I'm kind of going into here now.
No, you guys talk to Arcade1Up more than I do. I have no clue. I'm assuming it's the same as the Gen 1 monitors.
So you think it's old stock, just old monitors they had sitting around?
I like Justin's video that he did about, explaining the reasoning behind it if you were Arcade1Up, about it being a lower price point and what we could get. and then we passing on the savings. So, but that was all speculation. Did that just come off of pure speculation?
Pure speculation.
That was a fun video.
Yeah.
If I was an Arcade1Up employee. That was hilarious.
Did you work in politics, like doing spin for politicians before this, Justin? What was your previous background?
No, I do a lot of pitching at my
But-
job.
I watched the video as well, and way to bait people into a clickbait piece from your podcast there the other day. But that's a joke. Me and Justin talked about that. But I will say it. I was watching it, and I was like, "That is such a political spin type answer. Like we're passing the savings on to you," because to me, the reason for the screen is I don't think they're out of screens. I think that there was just an opportunity to pick up some screens at a price. There was no concept really put in there about how it would impact the quality of the machines, and it was just a complete money decision. And I don't know.
Yeah,
you might be right that it's just $5 off.
Towards
but-
the end of the video, that's what I was saying. It's like it's either what I said about the positive thing, or they're just screwing us.
Yeah.
It's
Well,
one of the two.
But I don't think it's as simple as that. I don't think they're trying to screw us or anything like that. I think that right now Arcade1Up is battling rising costs like every other company in the world. So they're looking for cost cutting measures to cut corners and get a cheaper product out there at the highest quality. But at the same time, I think there might have been I don't know their sales data, but I think there might have been some failure on the last generation of cabinets. I don't think they hit their targets for sales, and they may have realized that the elasticity of the price point on the cabinets went into effect, and really they needed to bring the price back down for certain products. And
Yeah.
how did they do that?
Yeah.
Monitors.
I mean, we've always wanted Arcade1Up to be more communicative to this community, but I can say after meeting some of the actual marketing folks at an event, they are not in touch or really follow this particular community to make statements like that, to make that type of comment. And so I think they're looking at broader things beyond how we can relay that as content creators. But here's a question. I don't know if you guys have already talked about it, but we see a lack of communication from Arcade1Up, but we see other companies like iArcade. And I saw a post from Jong just trying to be overly communicative about a certain issue with online play. But then there's people that were jumping on him and he had to remove a post lately. Did you guys talk about, like, how do you guys feel about is there too much thing as over communication from a company like that versus the under communication from Arcade1Up? Curious if you have any thoughts on that.
I didn't read that post. I was too busy watching Terminator 2 and
3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
But he had to retract the post today, I think, when he was trying to address an issue about online and people were ganging up on it. So I don't know. I'm curious about that.
Vultures, man. We're vultures.
No, we aren't vultures, but to be fair, there's some very unhappy people in all these communities recently. Arcade1Up, there's people unhappy with the quality of the product, the price, other things like that. That's not to say that everybody is right. There's just some people that are unhappy. And there's a lot of people unhappy in the iArcade community. There's people who bought the cabinets maybe with the wrong idea of what games would be on there. Like John says, anything's possible. And maybe 20 years down the line, you might get Mortal Kombat on it. But they're nowhere near putting Mortal Kombat on the iArcade anytime soon. So if you bought your cabinet saying, I can't wait to play Mortal Kombat on this, you really should have done more research. The first thing I say in my review for the original cabinet is go online, look at their games list, and find out if this is an investment you want to make. You know what kind of games they're going to be coming out with. So for people saying, I can't believe we don't have X games, it's frustrating. But at the same time, John comes on there and he does make that comment about the Terminator 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or Titanic, and I'm just scratching my head and I'm like, what is he talking about?
Yeah, Titanic.
Why would he say
it's
this?
Not a good analogy. Titanic was one of the biggest movies of all time that he personally didn't give a chance, but he doesn't have games on his
it's basically
online
like
that are Titanic level.
Yeah, it's basically like saying like, oh, I didn't want to give Street Fighter a chance because I was too busy playing playing Mortal Kombat, and I'm like, it's the same thing. They both made a bundle of cash. They're both like AAA titles.
He should have been like, so there's this movie I watched way back in the day that no one saw. It's called Mallrats. It's a cult classic. It's amazing.
Yep.
And I'm glad I got it because I found a gem movie right?
Exactly.
While
Yeah.
everyone else was watching, I don't know, Pulp Fiction, I was watching Mallrats, right?
Yep. I love all the Kevin Smith movies myself personally.
But like, you got to be careful. You don't want to come across too defensive to your community. Like I see At Games do it sometimes. I see Arcade do it sometimes. Arcade1Up frustrate me because they won't say anything. But that's the only positive thing I can say there is they never come back and make these crazy defensive comments to alienate people because they just don't say anything.
That's interesting.
They probably learned from those, old social media ways. I remember I remember a long time ago where I saw Scott like commenting in a thread, and it was just like, I don't think there was ever a win-win situation when it gets to that level. So I love Jong and his communication style, but sometimes it just leaves the door open for people to talk straight to the horse's mouth on things that they don't like. And I always see him kind of, backpacking and treadling. So
I think we can all agree it's great to see guys like John D, Jong. Some people from At Games, not always, but like PK has been active on the chats. Yeah. It's great to see them, but they really got to be careful engaging with people on there. There's people on there, and we're all content creators. We know there's people out there that don't give a shit about anything other than pushing our buttons to try to elicit reactions. Yeah. So you got to be careful not to run across those people.
They're all racists and sexist and womanizers.
Oh my god!
And if we don't get an answer from John D in the next month and a half, I'm driving up to his office in Union City in July and knocking on his door and saying, "Where is my lumpia?" And then we'll get lunch.
Very good. And he'll be on the phone when you get up there. He's like, "Hold on, I'm on the phone with Capcom right now, trying to get you that cabinet you really want."
Yeah, exactly.
Well, dudes, I don't know what happened there. I didn't even get a chance to read the original post. I saw Jong's follow-up post where he basically said, "We tried to do a post earlier today to say, hey guys, we're aware of some kind of issue with only a select number of users. It doesn't impact anybody or everybody, and we're working on it. We tried to give you guys some information," and he basically said, "You guys came out and attacked us, so we took the post down." You know what I mean? And it's like, they probably should have left the original post up. You know what I mean? In my opinion. I didn't even see the original post, so I don't even know what the original post said.
It was about the online play and some potential issues about DNS servers and it being not released or renewed. So I think he was putting some technical portions of it, and then all the technical people were like, "No, this is how like routers release and renew. It's not my router, it's you."
Everybody's an expert.
Yeah, so they were just getting over technical about it versus kind of stating broadly the issue. But I saw the backtrack post, and then it's like, it was never going to be a place to be defensive about it.
And you know what? I love Jung. I know he's passionate. He wants people, and he wants to talk to people directly. But the appropriate action to do with that is to say, "Hello, iArcade owners. We are aware that there's currently an issue going on with online play resolving our product. We are currently looking into options, and we will release a message as soon as a solution is available." Then you go down and you say, "Turn off commenting," and that's it.
Because that's what you want from Arcade1Up. Just a general statement, just an acknowledgement.
Exactly. Exactly. Because that's what I've been asking for Arcade1Up to do.
Yeah.
Right. And this community has identified dozens of issues with Arcade1Up products over the last couple of years. And I think I maybe have seen that kind of message from Arcade1Up maybe once. It's like they're embarrassed to just say, "Hey guys, something's broken. We're aware of it. We're going to fix it." You know what I mean? Transparency is key. And then you have Jong, who tried to be over transparent. And because he, people are like, "Well, I'm a techie kind of guy. I'm going to add my opinion in." You know what I mean? Like, I guess it turned into a big snafu. You know what I mean? I like the way Michael put it. Like, just say, "Hey, we're aware. We agree. It's broken. We're aware of it. We're sorry for the inconvenience. We're working on it. An update soon. Talk to you later." Turn off commenting. I would love for Arcade1Up to do that, iArcade to do that, At Games to do that. Transparency is awesome in my opinion.
I actually like the well played position in that. Just don't say
just go out of business. Just shut down anybody.
You're like, "You know what? We're done. We're out."
There's just one well played salesperson on a monorail on the way to Ogdenville and North Havenbrook.
Well played, Detroit love.
So,
excuse me.
yeah, with the Arcade1Up stuff, I often do think it's a company. I don't know what the right term for it is, but it's a company mandate passed down to anybody that's involved in their social media or PR that you just never admit there's an issue. Like maybe you can say something general on the what's it called, the customer service helpline, but you'll never see somebody from Arcade1Up agreeing with somebody saying something negative online. Like John D, even if John D will like comment, he'll say, tell Arcade1Up. That's his comment. He won't agree with you. He won't comment one way or another. They will never admit that there's something wrong.
Yeah, and that's called the Shaggy syndrome. You know,
Shaggy?
It wasn't me.
That's new.
It works on my unit. It works on my
Whatever it is, it wasn't me. Somebody else, baby.
All right. What else you guys want to chat about? What else you guys got in the hopper?
Man, Nintendo dropped some awesome games for their online service this week. If you're a fan of games you can find at the bargain bin of a Dollar General or, you know, a Byway here in Canada, let me tell you, they hit it off the charts this week with their Nintendo online drops. I don't understand what the hell they're doing. And I'm not trying to take a shot at iArcade or ArcadeNet, but this is the quality of games you would find on those services.
Oh, jeez, man.
Wow.
They added,
That's
what was it?
passionate.
They added the NES pinball game, which is the
That's not
$5
so bad.
cart, right?
Yeah.
That basically, if you want to get, I think it's one of the, they made too many of them, right? It's like a $5 cart.
Yeah, well, I don't have any problem with them adding the entire black box library. There's a lot of history there, so I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
And it's not so much there. It's just no one wants pinball. No
Mike,
one.
did you hear about the $100 Switch deal that they made a new model called the Switch TN model?
I bet you it's playable.
Some people like the OLED model. Some people like the TN model.
TN model. So the other two games that they released were Rival Turf, which is like pretty decent beat 'em up, but like I mean it's nothing special. Again, complete Jaleco value game, and also Congo's Caper, which is like an off-put sequel to the Joe Max series. It's a weird game, complete bargain bin games, and I'm flummoxed with the absolute classics. And B knows, like think about the RPG library for the Super Nintendo, and like all we have are Breath of Fire 1 and 2. And that's all that we have on there. They could even put something out there that's like unique, like Lufia 2, Rise of the Sinestrals, something that'll absolutely, it'll blow your ass off. And it's not like a expensive license to get, but no, we're going to put Rival Turf on. Here's Rival Turf for y'all.
I want to see a video from you, Mike, covering these games. You just do voiceover and gameplay, but straight up just be like, all right, guys, so I'm going to show you the worst Nintendo games ever added to the Nintendo Switch.
That's actually a really good idea.
What is this game? And then like die and be like, oh my God, it's so bad.
I can do that. I will do that.
That's pretty good, huh?
Look at Zero Hero.
I
He
would watch
says,
that.
Mike, you have been full of piss and vinegar tonight, man. I will say that much.
I'm sorry, I'm probably not being as positive as possible, but I will tell you, even though Rival Turf is like a game you could probably get for $2 at a flea market, it is in fact a very fun game. As B would say, it's very playable. So give Rival Turf a chance.
Oh my God.
I'm going to start charging you 10 cents for every time you say that.
Let me get you, Mike, a little happier, okay? Let me ask you a question that'll just make you smile, all right? You ready for it? Tell us about your Pong Pug table.
Oh man, this Pong Pub table is so badass. Like I remember being here on the show when they announced it, and I was like, why in the hell would anybody buy that? It doesn't reflect any original arcade. Like I only want 3/4 scale cabinets, but it's just so pretty that like the art style, everything. It just makes no sense. And it's crazy because I go back on some of the products I've been the hardest on, which was the Frogger cabinet when it was first announced and the Pong Pub table. And like these weird misfit oddities are some of my favorite things I have in my arcade right now. They're just so stupid, but still so fun.
Are you no longer the 3/4 scale diva now? Now that this is in your collection?
I'm a pub table diva. I want all my arcades to be pub tables.
Now imagine that Pong table had a TN monitor in it. How horrible that would be.
I told you guys in the chat there last night, one problem. TN monitor. They got me.
Gotcha. Do you have a favorite game on that? Have you played any of the 4-player ones at all? Or
No, I haven't played any of the multiplayer ones. I mean, Pong is Pong, but I actually having a load of fun with Super Breakout. Super Breakout's a blast.
Yeah, like Super Breakout. I love the shape of the Pong pub table. I remember I said, I don't want to spend that much money on Pong. That's why I was happy buying the head-to-head tabletop Pong, which was like, what, $200?
Mhm.
Love that thing. Love that thing. I love the shape of the Pong pub table. Are they doing more pub table? Are they going to use that shape for other games?
Well, that's the question now. Is this a dead form factor or a dead product line? I don't get the impression this sold well at all. So we'll have to see. I mean, for me personally, I think I love Arcade1Up doing cocktail tables, especially. Is it cocktail tables? Is that the right term?
Head to head.
Head to head, they call them, but they're cocktail tables. So I love the cocktail tables, but the problem is they're a little bit too small to really, even the newer ones are still a little bit too small to enjoy. I'd like to see them try to transition some of those titles over to the pub table, because the pub table is at a much more enjoyable height. Even if you're not going to make a round pub table, at least do the base then with the longer style top of it just needs to be a little bit higher. And that's a really good height in the arcade world.
It become, you missed it earlier. Michael B can only play single games on that table because his wife is really pissed off that he went and bought another arcade cabinet. So no multiplayer just yet.
right, he can look at the Pong table and then grab his new baby and be like, "That's black, that's white, that's 1, 2, 3, 4 corners." There's a lot of educational materials in that Pong table that you can turn that into a baby toy. Kudos.
That's right.
It's gonna
I
be
am
with
excited. I am excited to play it with my daughter. I think she'll have fun using the what is it? The spinners, moving the paddles back and forth, playing Pong. We'll have a blast doing it. And she's constantly looking for stuff in the arcade she can play like that. She likes different control schemes, so I think this is going to be a blast.
How's the surface? Like, if you spilled a beverage on it, like, would it ruin the art? Like, how sensitive is it to actually being used?
I don't know, and I don't know if I want to test. So
test it.
Peel it.
Peel it. Hashtag peel it.
It's spillable.
It's spillable. Yeah.
Is your Pong pub table just going to be the diaper changing station, Mike? Is that what's happening here?
During the conversation I was having with my wife yesterday, when I was explaining that I went and bought it while I was taking her home from the hospital, it felt like it was possibly going to go that direction. I'm glad Glenn's here. I almost sent Glenn a message last night to tell him I was playing Warlords for the first time, and I was like, "Glenn, that's it. You got to come over and play Warlords with me, man." And that's super fun too. Like, it's just, the games are also simple, and I know people are saying, "I'm not going to pay X amount of dollars for Pong," but it is just simple, stupid fun. It's the same thing about the Frogger cabinet for me. It's simple, stupid fun.
Yeah. I started thinking about that with the online games. People are asking me if I was going to sell my Big Blue, and I don't know. There's like 2 or 3 reasons why I loved the Big Blue when I got it, and now I hate it. It's this weird transition. I never made a review video on it because I think as I was thinking of filming that content, my desire for it started to transition. The first thing I didn't like about it is the UI. As you go through the games, you can only see one game at a time, and when you swap over to a new game, there's just that 1 second lag that just makes it feel like it's so much effort to go find another game, and it's just enough to not invite me back to play it. I don't know. It's just enough to go to another arcade. And then me not being very good at these fighting games, I was like, this is going to be so great. I'm going to be online, and I'm going to play just like the arcade. When my buddies would come over, we'd go to the arcade, and we would like play Street Fighter. It's going to be just like that. Except for, here's the thing. When I was a kid, probably most of us when we were kids, the majority, I would say, we were playing and we were just casually having fun, right? And we were about the same class of, like how good we were at the game. But you go online to the Arcade1Up, the people that are playing constantly are at this level.
Sharks.
And then you're just like being just killed. And like, that's not fun when you die 10 times in a row. Yeah, and they're all like, got another win. And I'm just like, okay, they're like, get good. I'm like, okay, I'll try to get good. So I practice and I practice and I practice, and I'm putting so much time in it. And then I go and I get demolished again. I'm like, this game is not for me. But bringing it back around, co-op, playing some beat 'em ups with my friend, where we're all on the same mission together. We're playing together. That now I'm on for that.
Cool.
I will tell you, and Patrick, I don't know if you want to jump in on this too, but probably my favorite night with my big blue camera I ever had was just me and P-Dubs. Like, we basically put each other on FaceTime with our phone. We played through a couple games together, and that was amazing. So I think once Arcade1Up get the voice chat features up and running, that's going to add a lot of value and excitement to these, because there's a more interactive component that we're still missing out on. Like right now in the online, like we don't have that. Like, you play an online match with someone, you get the shit kicked out of you and you just feel defeated. Now, while you're talking to somebody, you can get the shit kicked out of you the whole time while B's like, take my nuts on your head.
But were you guys ever the type that would go to a random arcade and then just put your quarter and challenge like a stranger, or were you always like there with your friends playing? Because that's a different, like, I would go to like play and I see somebody playing and I would challenge random folks just to see how good I was, and maybe I'll get my ass whooped or maybe I'll beat them, and it's just that random. So there is that segment of folks that really did put their quarters in the glass and played. So those are the people that are still there. If you're looking to play with your friends, maybe you weren't playing fighting games at the arcade. It was other co-op things that you might be doing. So I think there's an arcade type for everybody. FTC is there.
Yeah, I would agree with Mike. My favorite, ever since I've owned the Arcade1Up Street Fighter 2 Big Blue cabinet, my favorite day with that cabinet was the day that Mike and I played it for. Mike, I think we played for like 4 to 6 hours.
4 to 6 hours. It was
right?
We played Knights of the Round all the way through. We played Echo Fighters. Like, we played all the sports game, the Capcom sports games. We were playing those games, and yeah, we had to FaceTime each other to talk while we were playing. But it was great. Like, yeah, these are old ass games, but man, it was good times. It was good times, and shortly after that, Michael B achieved sponsorship with Arcade1Up, and the Michael B Arcade Bundle is coming soon. The Buy All Our Shit Bundle, guys, is coming soon. Again, we revealed this last night on Justin Console Kit Show. This bundle is only $10,000 for every product you see here, plus an additional $50,000 for divorce and legal fees.
That's right.
And this bundle can be yours. Michael B., it's your bundle. How much do you want to pimp this out to everybody, man?
Well, clearly I don't have a real bundle. But if I did,
it would be this one.
If I worked for Arcade1Up and I had a bundle, let me tell you about what I'd sell it for.
He's offering KI Pros too. Check it out. Unreleased stuff. It comes with predictions and other videos and about 30 minutes of support to tell you how good your monitors are.
Yeah, every cabinet comes with the T2 behind the scenes footage added in as a bonus feature. So.
All of them, right?
Now,
and Shaq is on the side of every cabinet.
On every artwork tab from now on.
Now, don't forget, guys, if you do manage to purchase the Michael B bundle, you will end up at Arcade Addicts Anonymous. There is support out there for you. I want all of you addicts to know there's people willing to listen and take care of you. You will have a 12-step program to get through, but we'll get you there.
Well, actually, in Canada, it's a CAA. It's the Canadian Arcade Addicts. But Justin, I would agree with you with the Big Blue. That's exactly my same experience with it. So maybe you and I should hook up.
Here we go. Well, let's get a casual group together.
Right. We'll just.
If you're really good, you're kicked out.
Right.
Well, yeah. I mean, you've heard me talk about this even in that group. Like, it's a matter of finding people at your own skill level, and that's the thing that sucks about it, because like that's one thing I don't like about Big Blue. It's very limited in the fact that you only have those. What is it like? You have like 2 pages of lobby, like that's it. So like if it is busy, and I have jumped on there a couple times where it has been busy, I mean, it's these hardcores, like super hardcores, so it's hard for casual people to really meet up and match up.
If they ever do invest more, which I don't think they would, there has been some suggestions on an updated lobby system where you don't have to jump into every game to see. But what if you lock your lobby to say like levels 3 and below only, right? So that way you really could. You might get the sandbaggers that create new accounts and just jump in anyways and still wreak havoc, but at least you have that. But this is a large issue. I think it's been talked about pretty widely. I'm really curious about how their future fighting cabs are going to work, if they're backwards compatible with some of these other ones too, if they're going to use a completely new lobby system. I assume the MK30th is going to be the exact same lobby system as like Big Blue Marble, like for that Capcom Legacy style. I don't know if there's going to be anything else with it, but yeah, if it's not, it's going to be limited in terms of options.
Yeah,
It depends.
Real quick, Michael B. It would be cool if you could have your arcades on like you guys have in the background and be able to have some flag on, say, hey, when the level 3 person comes on, give me an indicator. And that way I can just go in and jump in and play with that person. Because otherwise you go in, there's either what Michael says, either too many people there or is very little people there. So the chances of you actually getting somebody at your level to play is almost impossible. It's just a timing thing, right? We're in different time zones, all these different things happen. But if they can give you an indicator, say, flag me when Justin comes on, boom, I can get in there and actually play a game that I enjoy.
Yeah, and I'm not knowledgeable enough because I haven't done the online enough. I don't know if you can set it up with certain ones where you're only visible to friends, different things like that. Maybe there are
the NBA Jam and KI. There's definitely more options for kind of that visibility. But the straight peer-to-peer, I mean, NBA Jam is peer-to-peer too, but it's just a different setup.
Can I set up Big Blue where if they pick E Honda, I don't have to fight them? I can have
that would
be where I'm not going to get slapped to death. Button spammers.
Bob Oaf is saying like a friends list notification. Yeah.
There are people that quit when people pick Bison, legit.
Yeah,
but Honda, that's a real thing. But Honda, you can get around Honda dubs. Just
Honda's the shits, man. I don't know why you couldn't.
I'm over it.
Like there's all kinds of things you could do. Like if I was Arcade1Up, I would even look at doing some kind of app for people doing the online fighting to communicate with each other, kind of like what Nintendo's doing now. Like for their online, they've got the app that goes hand in hand with it. So something like that might be a cool thing too to help organize.
Besides the NBA Jam version of the headset talking to each other, that was one of the reasons for all the new speaker phones, right? Was to potentially have voice chat at the same time.
Well, I thought the headphone jacks were just to screw up the audio overall.
And in weird placements on the control panel all over the place, right? They never make sense. But yeah, I don't think we've seen it functional yet with a mic for any of the games.
No, I wonder sometimes with Arcade1Up if they hit a point with R&D on a cabinet after it comes out where they're like, we'd love to have voice chat. But you hit that point where you're like, we'd love to have voice chat, but the cabinet's selling at X amount. And it's not really worth investing Y amount into it to get that up and running.
Yeah.
So we're just going to call it dead in the water.
Yeah. That or the NBA Jam beta test they had to do because you had to plug in a USB microphone into the back when they released it. Didn't get enough traction to actually make it work. So yeah, it's just one of those failed features that we're excited about when we saw Big Blue for the first time. Hey, there's a potential speaker microphone jack. We can talk shit with a stranger that you may not know. And it may not be a good experience, but
right.
Well, there's the other side of it too. It might just be following the leader. Like a lot of people bought iArcades and they're like, cool, I can plug a set of headphones in this. So I can play it late at night without alienating my family. So Arcade1Up, it could have always been 100%. These are just for headphones.
Yeah. With the potential to add it later with the extra microphone. Yeah.
I am excited about the iArcade online advancements, even though Mike thinks it's dumb. I think it's really cool.
I think it's dumb.
Yeah,
saying that.
Yeah, Riptide Renegade as of today, you can now do crossplay, play up to 8 people online. And that's pretty cool. Modern game online play. You got to go?
Yeah, that was my sign that the wifey told me I gotta go. We're gonna go watch Obi-Wan. Have a good night, gentlemen.
Enjoy, man. Enjoy.
And,
my friend was telling me I didn't get to watch the last 4 episodes of Clone Wars first before we do Obi-Wan. So gonna do that first.
Very cool.
May the force be with
you.
All right, B.
May the force be with you.
Later.
Yeah, it's cool. Like the iArcade with you're just playing with all the Android people, and now the lobbies are not going to be like. You should be able to always find someone to play.
Crossplay is a very, very cool idea. Yeah, I think that's the right idea. And there was also talk that if they ever get Retromania Wrestling up and going for online, it would be the same system.
Yep.
So it wouldn't just be iArcade versus iArcadians. It would be iArcade versus anybody else who has it. So Patrick could have his Switch going, and I could have my iArcade going, and we'd be playing Retromania Wrestling against each other. I don't know if that's 100% possible, because I think the Retromania Wrestling on the iArcade is a very specialized version for the cabinet, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of,
it's probably not like a brand, like, it's not like they created whole new source code, right? It's adaptive source code. They
Yeah.
probably have the ability connected online, but they just specialized it, right?
Yeah. Hey, either way, it's huge, and Michael
Yeah.
crapping on it has not been fun this week.
Michael crapping on it. P-Dub sent a message in the chat. He was like, dudes. And we
No,
were like, we all know.
It's exciting. And then I think most of us have new iArcade cabs coming, right? I ordered the new one. And so what I'm going to do, since my old cabinet is out of warranty, right? I'm going to mod it like crazy. So here's what I'm going to do. Because I bought the new iArcade. The new iArcade, when you have two iArcades, you can buy the game and you can play them on both.
Yep.
Right? Their license covers the household, not just the single unit.
Yep.
So I'm going to have an iArcade consoleized. I'm going to consoleize my iArcade. And then I'm going to take the old iArcade and probably like put a Pi in it or something like that. And then, so if I want to play those online games, I could play them from the couch, or I can play them from the arcade. And then a whole bunch of people are going to call foul because I'll be playing with a controller and totally beating all of you that are playing with a joystick.
It's a great idea. Hold on, I do have two arcades. Maybe I could make this video before you.
You can make the video all you want. Go ahead.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No. I'm not doing it.
I'm not gonna Michael B you.
I'm not doing. I may not even make the video. I'm just saying that's what I'm doing for me.
I'm just kidding.
So,
Man,
it's real simple. Get a geek worm, right? LVDS out from the cable, and you're good to go, right? Consoleize the iArcade. They won't make a console, so I will.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just in shock because Mike's been really hard on Arcade1Up tonight. And I didn't expect that. He's been.
Well, he's wearing the iArcade hat.
Maybe that's it.
You know why I'm wearing an iArcade hat?
Because
iArcade put out merch that just said the company's name on it. There's not like dragons or fire or blood or waterfalls on it for no reason.
So
it just
true.
says the goddamn company's name.
That's all you need, right? Like, that's all you need.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, good. Normal ass merch.
What else, guys? Is there anything else you guys want to talk about tonight?
Let's see. What was the thumbnail? We had 3 topics. Did we
talked about the Golden Tee screen mod, the pop-up store, the new Countercades. There was also the Dragon's Lair. We didn't talk about that. We saw the first look at what potentially could be the Dragon's Lair box. So it looks like they had.
We were going to talk about a box, really.
Yeah, actually,
for people that are interested in this stuff, P-Dubs. I know you have stocked in iArcades
in the tour in
Yep.
James in the
toy room store. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So here's what we learned from the video from the toy room. Arcade1Up decided to build a wall out of the Arcade1Up boxes, and all of us idiots didn't think of that and threw them away.
I don't know about hanging cardboard all over the wall, though.
Well, no, I got the impression that weren't. I don't know, were they empty boxes or were there actual cabinets in the boxes?
Well, I don't think they're like. I don't think it's real cabinets inside the box.
Yeah,
they're just stacking them really tall and they could fall over.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, it's like the 40-year-old virgin in there. I'm gonna walk into this store and be like, you know what? I saw that Joust Countercade there over on the shelf. I'd like to buy it. Oh, we don't sell Arcade1Up.
We don't sell them.
It's like the eBay store, right? Like,
That's right.
You got to scan the barcode and buy it online. Well, why do you have a store?
I just want to buy these.
We don't sell Arcade1Up products here. All right, let me find this stupid box. Hang on. All right, I'll need your guys' help because I wear glasses.
But
the most riveting part of our podcast tonight is going to be this box.
It's when it's the beginning of the video. It's when he walks into the store.
Right when he walks in. Well, that's kind of
right when he walks in. Yeah, I guess not the beginning, but it's like when he gets to this place.
Hang on. We got to stop the presses on this box.
Who do you think from Arcade1Up lives in this trailer?
Probably Scott Bacharach. He's the one that lives in Florida now, right?
Scott does, yeah.
Yeah, Scott lives in Florida.
See, and this is in Florida, so again, the Sabre store comparisons are there.
All right, he walked in. I'm not seeing a box.
Wait. Rewind it, and pause it in the back of people's heads.
What do you mean pause it in the back of people's heads?
Pause it as he walks in, because I think I recognize people.
You do?
I think so.
All right, hang
This is their grand opening, so it's not just like he went on the day they opened, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're really scrounging here. We're worried about a box.
Pause. Too early.
No. That I don't know. The person on the left looks like it's the guy from Think Up, but
All right. This thing.
There you go.
Yeah, look at that. Look.
Wow.
First look, Private Reserve.
It's amazing.
It's a box, Mike.
Now,
Just
honestly, if this was iArcade, P-Dubs would be like, "Oh my god, it's the first look at the box, everybody, iArcade."
I
Like,
would
if
not. I've
don't
never
have
gotten
stock in the
excited over a
company.
box. I've never gotten excited over a box because you know what I do with boxes? I recycle them. That's what I do. I don't keep my boxes. But let's see here.
wow.
All right, there you guys go.
We looked at the box. There it is.
We looked at the
For people
box.
that like the boxes.
There's
Did you
boxes.
even? And you put that on our thumbnail too?
No,
Oh, thank God.
I put
Ladies and
down you
gentlemen.
with your stock holdings of iArcade.
Oh my God. You need to stop, man. You know, anytime I make a video about somebody, now at first it was at games, now it's iArcade, now it's Toy Shack, you know. I got a video coming out this week on a product from Juki. Now you're going to be calling me a Juki stockholder. So yeah.
No.
Yep.
No.
I got
Thanks
a
a
whole
lot,
bunch of
Mike.
videos coming out about chairs and
Yep.
desks because I want to be like Mike. I don't know what it is. My daughter is rearranging her room, so she's going to have a desk in her room. She needs a chair. So my wife and I were talking about it was like before school year because she's a homeschooler. She's like before the new homeschool, she's starting high school. She needs her own chair. And little, can't even believe it, got an email from 2 different sponsors. They're like, Justin Console Kits, we will send you this chair. It's a perfect chair for a student if you make a video on it. I'm like, what? That's like exactly the chair that I would buy for my daughter. Like exactly every piece of it. And then this other company emailed me and was like, would you review our desk? It's like, are you kidding me? And I was like, it's like a $300 desk. That's pretty good. It's not the one that I would get for my daughter, though. So I was like, I don't think I'll do it. And then they emailed me, oh, by the way, we're out of stock. We would actually send you this one, and it's the one I would have bought. A stand-up desk. Oh, I'm like so excited. So pretty soon, you're going to see some videos from Console Kids. Like, hey, guys, welcome back. We're going to be talking about this standing desk.
You know what was funny is when Michael B did his review on his new chair, and then 2 weeks later, the chair almost killed him.
That's true. That happened.
And he did no follow-up video.
What am I supposed to do?
But
video
also,
of me like this, like in the thumbnail.
It might be
the chair killed me.
And Michael B, even in his video, was like, you know, my buddy P-Dubs, he's kind of a fat ass and needs a big chair like this too. So you know what, P-Dubs? P-Dubs is going to buy one. Why don't you? Like, he used my name to sell chairs in his video. And then he turns around and he almost dies in that chair 2 weeks later and expects me to buy one. He's like, have you placed your order yet? I'm like, that chair almost murdered you.
How did you almost die? Did you lay all the way back or something? You're trying to play a game, right?
No. So the chair has a really weird point if you try to go forward. So my wife actually, when she I don't know how to say this, but if you go like too far in the front, it kind of tips. Like here, if you're leaning forward, it's meant to be sat back in. So if you go forward, and the first time it happened, my wife, when she was pregnant, our cats are in this room. So she was in the chair and she sat forward to feed the cats and it fell forward. Exact same thing happened with me the day I hit my head on the desk. I went to pick something up off the floor. The chair came out from under me and I slammed my head into the desk.
And landed in the kitty litter.
You can lean forward in my chair. You don't have any problem with that.
Yeah, well, see, the thing is, I'm up at the tallest height. If I put the chair down, it's totally fine. It's when it's up too high that was the problem. And I do that for the camera.
You assembled it backwards.
It's impossible.
Remember that time when the Detroit Love was out cold in his chair? Just fell asleep. end the show.
Yeah. Which we're about to hit that mark here tonight. Oh man, get one for your shack. I don't know what he means. I just ordered the Dell monitor to replace my golden tee. Sad we have to do this. Yes, it is
Agreed.
sad.
It is
but
sad.
it's kind of like the audio issues with Terminator 2. If you open a ticket with Arcade1Up, they're going to tell you it doesn't affect gameplay. You know what I mean? So we're not going to fix it.
I will tell you, sometimes I wonder if Arcade1Up don't have employees that just look for like negative comments on videos or something like that to go and comment. Like in my Arcade1Up video, I talked about how the screen. Have you guys played the Arcade1Up Terminator 2 cabinet? Anybody had a chance to try it out?
Yeah, I have it.
Yeah, so if you look at it very closely, you'll notice that the graphics have like a very light softening filter on them. They don't look as crisp as they look on the
Yeah, they got that filter thing on it.
the Vaseline filter.
Yeah.
So I asked Arcade1Up about it, and no one really ever got back to me. They're not going to do anything about it. It's still one of my biggest pet peeves about Arcade1Up, that goddamn filter. Someone wrote this long paragraph on my video there the other day talking about what people like me don't understand, who grew up on emulation and don't know anything about real video games, is that the programmers had specific designs that were meant for CRT TVs, and that by putting them in the sharp pixel feature, we're not giving the true visage of what the original was intended for. And I was just like, man, shut up. Just shut up.
Just get rid of that filter, please. There you go.
But the thing is, the bilinear filter that they're using on the emulation looks nothing like a CRT.
Exactly.
In no way does it mimic it better or worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's what I like. I say it to Arcade1Up, and they're like, and here's the thing. I don't care. I mean, just make it an option. If you have to appease your developers, whatever reason you're using it is, because you think it makes it look better, cool. There's nothing wrong with you having it, but it shouldn't be the de facto. There should be options to change it on and off. That's all you have to do. Here's what I like about iArcade. I said to iArcade on the show, I was like, listen, man, I got to tell you, your retro games look like ass. You have this horrible filter on it. And John took it to heart and goes, that's my fault. I thought the games looked a little old. I thought the filter would help. We're going to change it. And they did. But Arcade1Up are just like, man, yeah, I hear you about the filter, but we're still going to do it. Like 3 years later, we're still putting it on games with no option to turn it off. So it's frustrating.
Yeah.
We
Well,
thought the game looked old.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
For retro games.
What are they
I love
trying
it.
to do? Get I don't know.
Some of the funny comments I see from people who in like Arcade1Up Facebook groups are like, man, I went to play The Simpsons, but the graphics look terrible. Like they're complaining about the way the games looked from back in the day. And you look at the person's profile and they're like 27 years old, and it's like, oh yeah, they just don't get it. They're just used to, Call of Duty,
Well, that's the thing. Will they ever appreciate it? I don't think they would.
We call that the nostalgia factor.
Yeah. That's
Like,
why Nostalgia hates Arcade1Up so much, is because he's less than 30 years old.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to get my daughter to appreciate retro games, but that's only because we lied to her. When she was 5 years old, we handed her an original Game Boy, and that was the only thing she played. She didn't have an iPad or anything like that. She had a Game Boy, and then when she was like, it's like we gave her the entire retro experience, but sped up. And it was like, now there's the Nintendo, now there's the Super Nintendo, but it was like about every year. And then she got to about PS2, and then we're like, I remember the day, I was like, so there's this new console called the Switch that we're going to get. And it's pretty spectacular. And then we got the Switch, and she played the game. She was like, this is beautiful. And I'm just imagining, like, if I was her age, and got it in that rapid succession. But she'll go back and play. She'll go back and play old retro games. One of her favorite games is Link's Awakening. And you'll love this, Michael B., she hates the Switch version. Absolutely hates it.
Really?
She will only play the original Game Boy. And then I got her the Analog Pocket. I was like, now you can play Link's Awakening. She's like, I don't want the Analog Pocket. She's like, it doesn't feel good when you put the cartridge in. The brand new console isn't like the original. And I was like, that's completely fine. I'll give you back your Game Boy Color.
Well, guys, let's go ahead and put a pin in it for the night. I got a big day tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll be heading to Phoenix Fan Fusion, checking out that big convention. So I got some stuff to do. I want to go to bed early. get ready to head to that big convention, all that kinds of stuff.
Can I ask you a personal question?
What?
Will you be dressing up?
Yes, I will be dressing up.
What are you going to dress as?
You will see tomorrow when I broadcast live from the Comic-Con.
But I'm not going to watch you. So can you just tell me now?
Well, then you'll watch me on replay like you should, Mike. Thanks so much.
I don't want to do that.
Well, then there you go. Do us a favor, guys. Big shout out to Kongs R Us and Justin Console Kids for joining our podcast show, helping us out while Nostalgia once again ditched us. So make sure you subscribe to their channels. Console Kids just hit 9,000 subscribers. B Kong is doing well as well. Detroit Love is here. We love Carl. We love Michael B. It's actually a better when Nostalgia's not.
I've been saying it for years.
Yep. If you enjoyed tonight's podcast, give us a thumbs up on the way out, especially if you catch it on replay. Make sure you leave your comments, feedback, reactions below. And Carl, kick them out of here, man.
All right, guys. Thanks for watching, Justin. Let's hook it up and be able to play some good Big Blue.
There you go.
And enjoy it. And until next time, guys, we'll see you on the web.
That was so there was love there. Did you feel it? Like when he said that? Like,
Hey,
Carl,
slows
can you do-
down. He understands the cadence.
Carl, hold on. Let's give him the full. Carl, one more time. With just as much love.
Make me cry.
Make me cry.
Did he freeze?
Oh my God, he froze.
He
No,
froze.
this is what he does. He's there.
Oh, yeah. All right.
That is so good.
I can freeze anytime, baby.
He was like Drax the Destroyer, where he was like, if I move so slow, I just disappear. All
You're
right,
eating chips, Carl.
Carl.
I'm certain he was frozen.
Carl, make it magical. Make it magical.
Would
One
you
more
guys-
time.
You got
One more
another
time.
bagel?
One more time for the viewers.
All right, guys. For real.
Here it
We
comes.
love you. We really love you. We appreciate you watching. And we love it more when you press that subscribe button on all of our channels. And until next time, guys, we'll see you on the web.